Hello! Sisters of Mercy! Hi, hi, hi. Thank you very much. Well, when I got Scotty, the first thing, I mean, all of us, you know, in the cast didn't want to go into the new Star Trek doing impressions of our forebears because we wanted to play the characters, and out of deep, deep respect for those people, we didn't want to go and kind of play them playing them, if you know what I mean. So I thought I'd do what Jimmy did, which is to look at the script and go, okay, so he's an engineer and he works in space and he's from Scotland, you know. Now, I know Scotty's origins are canon-wise sort of Linlithgow, the kind of, you know, Upper East. Because my family are from Glasgow, I wrote myself a little sort of history of Scotty that made him go to university in Glasgow for a while so he could pick up a little bit of the West Coast. Just to explain that away, you know, because Glasgow's a bit more like that. They speak like this, but up in the north, it's a bit more like that. So I wanted to kind of like, you know, get it something what I was comfortable with. I think I kind of get it in the first one. I feel like when I watch the first film, I get a bit, oh no, because I hear it just little. But the second one, I feel like it was better. And my father-in-law, after the first one, was like, that was shite. And then, so I really had to buck up and kind of go into it with a new, all right, fucker, I'm going to do this probably. And so, you know, got it better. But he asks me to put words in. He says, say cludgy, which is Scottish for toilet, and I'll say these things, I'll put them in, I'll say, JJ, I'm going to say this here, because I think he'd say that. And JJ says, Simon, we need the audience to understand what you're saying. This is important. So a lot of the Scottishisms that I try and, you know, wheedle in get wheedled out. But it's something I want to get right, you know, and I feel that it's a big thing to take on a role that's been made so famous by somebody who's so beloved. And I genuinely wanted to go in there and just be able to stand alongside James. And now Chris as well, who's playing it in Star Trek Continues. Chris Doohan, who's here somewhere in the audience, fantastically. You know, it's something that I wanted to pay due respect to. So even though Scotty is a fun character, you know, I wanted it to do it right. I'm not a huge pranker, to be honest. I'm genuinely not. I'm not like Mr. You know, it's not whoopee cushions and shit when I'm around. I'm all about the work, you know. Film sets are incredibly difficult places. You got to be serious and on it all the time. And I wasn't kind of really. I just was sat in makeup with Chris one day. We were at the National Ignition Facility in Northern California, shooting the warp core, which just looks. I mean, that's not a set. That's a genuine apparatus for bombarding helium atoms with some other atoms to make something happen. Don't ask me what. It's got something to do with the end of the world. It's not my business. It's not anything to do with me. So, but it was kind of scary that we were in a place that was being guarded by 400 bespoke security people, and you know, we were in this laser chamber where every 7 hours they would try and create a small sun, which is, you know, obviously very easy to do, clearly. And so I said to Chris, just offhand, have you put your cream on today? Because and Chris was like, what's that? And I went, well, you got to wear the cream, you know, because otherwise you get a bit of sunburn because there's like ambient radiation in the air. This then turned into what has become seemingly known as the Neutron Cream Incident, where this prank became more and more elaborate. The more people we got, Zach, Zoe, both of them were brilliant. Cumberbatch was just a joy I mean, I've never seen anyone so, I mean, the guy was complaining in the lunch break that he couldn't remember his lines because of all the radiation in the air. It was like, me and Chris and Ben were sat in Chris's trailer having lunch, and Ben was going, I just couldn't do it, you know, there's so much radiation in the air, and I was, and Chris and I just going, and then Carl and John were the last people to join. So by the time Carl and John got to where we were, it was like a military operation, this thing. All the crew were in it. The props department had made neutron gum. There was stickers all over the plant saying neutron cream must be worn at all times. It wasn't just me, you know. It was like from little acorns, I know, but it was kind of, it was ridiculous. And so we had Carl and John read these PSAs to camera about coming to NIF and how we would like people to come and enjoy NIF, but you must wear your cream. Nevertheless, I think there might be these PSAs. And it started with, "Hi, I'm the actor Carl Urban, and I'm John Cho," which I thought was great because it implied that John isn't an actor. So we got him, and we got him really bad, to the point when afterwards John was unsure if the Neutron Cream wasn't real or the PSAs weren't real. But Carl was so pissed. Like, he had this kind of like, "I'm going to get you look. And I know he's going to get me. And it's just a matter of time." It could happen now. Any one of you could just jump up and fire a phaser at my head or something, and I'll start crying.